Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling, thanks to my friend Chris, who gave me the idea for this question. Amy is playing a reverse engineer, and she has 4 Howling mines that she'd like to tap before Nick starts his turn. Is it possible for her to use Improvise to tap all 4 of her Howling mines, even though there's only 3 generic mana in this spell's mana cost? Okay, so this is a textbook comprehensive rules question. There's no way that you could plausibly answer this correctly unless you knew exactly what was going on when you improvised a card, and exactly how it was worded in the comprehensive rules. In addition, there isn't really, at least to me, an immediately obvious, intuitively correct answer for what this should be. So let's take a look at what it says in the comprehensive rules, and we'll see that Improvise functions by taking a look at all the generic mana in the mana cost that you're paying, and for each of those generic mana, you get an option. Instead of paying actual real life mana for that cost, you would be able to tap an artifact. Because of the way that the Improvise mechanic functions, we can say that it's not possible to tap any more artifacts than you have generic mana in the spell's mana cost. So that's the answer to our question. Amy would be able to tap at most 3 of her Howling mines using this trick. Now, the answer would be different if there was a Thalia in play. Going back to that definition of comprehensive rules, we'll see that there isn't any sort of distinction or requirement that the mana that you're substituting with the Improvise mechanic has to be mana in the original mana cost of the spell. Rather, when you're casting this reverse engineer with a Thalia out, then the game is going to see that you're paying a mana cost that includes 4 generic mana. And so, with that being the case, it would be possible for you to tap 4 artifacts with the Improvise mechanic in this case. So, if you were curious, the answer would be exactly the same if you were talking about a question where you had the similar Delve or Convoke mechanics. These mechanics are worded so that they function the exact same way in the comprehensive rules, and so this answer could be easily adapted to questions using those mechanics also. This is a little bit confusing because it turns out there was a time in Magic's history where the Delve mechanic was worded such that the answer to questions like these was the complete opposite of the current answer that I just got done telling you. In particular, it used to be a common play to, for example, overdelve on a delve spell so that you could exile a few extra cards out of your graveyard and therefore manipulate the power and toughness of a Tarmogoyf. Because the official wording on Delve has changed in the comprehensive rules to sync up with the Improvise mechanic, this trick is no longer possible for the same reason that the original question that we talked about wasn't. Another consequence of this change is that it's not normally going to be possible for you to play a Murktide Regent as any bigger than an 8/8, even if you have some extra instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard that you wouldn't mind exiling for the cause. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. But until then, I hope you have a great day.